What's going on, people? How you doing? TK coming at you. Gotta break down the breakdown, have a real conversation for the very few people still capable of critical thinking. The timing is crazy. Everything happens within cycles and seasons, and then the people that believe in numerology and also the people that believe in mysticism and occultism, they very much play on timing and are very strategic with the things that they implement within various time frames. So right now we're sitting at a place where cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin itself is at all-time low for 2018. It just fell below $6,000. And of course, the new to Bitcoin person is solely price motivated is always going to bend over and get raped because they have the counterproductive to investment mentality where when the prices are low, they sell, and when the prices are high is when they buy. So that's counterproductive to success, but that's the average knob that participates within the market. So the sheep are basically falling out of the trees right now, and a lot of people are being raped. That's an unfortunate repercussion to mind control and to idiots with no critical thinking ability, and people who don't know how to read and study and are lazy and looking for a lottery check. So there always will be victims in the market, and right now we're going through a critical bear market where things are at a serious downturn. No one knows what the bottom is. There are people hoping for 1,000, and there are people who suggest 3,000. Whatever the bottom is, to me, it's of no concern because I enter the cryptocurrency market as an alternative to US dollar dominance. And the problem is simply that the system itself has indoctrinated the average stupid fuckface to be politically incorrect. The average dumbass has all their faith and confidence in paper derivatives, debt notes that have no foundation. So the bankers have the debt notes basically doused in gasoline, and they're playing with matches. And all the people who have their faith and confidence in a piece of paper that has no intrinsic value, they're really going to suffer when the match gets lit and all that paper begins to burn. But no one believes, the average dumbass has no understanding of how debt notes are created out of nothing, and they don't understand fractional reserve banking in terms of the enslavement that exists by printing interest on dollars that you created from nothing. So they can't understand how they're behind, and they just keep their faith and confidence in paper. So the average dumbass only has paper as their foundation, and we're at a point which no one believes. No one believes that we're at the critical point where the financial institution of debt is a house of cards that seriously is on the verge of falling victim to a windstorm. I mean, we're at the point right now where the derivative market and the multiple bubbles that exist within our economy are starting to show signs, and they're starting to show signs of cracking. Now, we have done, or the bankers, we haven't done shit but be victimized, bent over and raped. But the bankers have done an excellent job at holding off the hole in the dam, patching the many leaks, and just stopping the system from showing repercussions to the overprinting and the quantum easing that we do. The negative interest rates, the austerity measures. I mean, the thousands of tricks that they have up their sleeve have basically worked to keep the system from collapsing, where we have insolvent banks, We have rehypothecation that happens within basically every market and most businesses. So you cook the books, you lie about the reality of actual reflection. You know, it's not a reflective market. It's an inflated market. And people believe the lie. Everyone just feels comfortable by saying, I trust paper. I have my faith and confidence in this debt note, and I don't care that I'm losing to inflation or that I could never win against taxation. They don't take any insurance measures or even care to buy financial insurance. They just believe. So the point that I'm making right now is we're at the uncanny position where cryptocurrencies are at a crossroads, because the historic cycle within the almost 10 years of existence, usually within a bear market or economic downturn, cryptocurrency will fall to a low and whale money would pounce on that low to create a new cycle. Well, the problem right now, and I just read an article by CNN that talks about this, the problem right now is that whale money has been taken out of the equation. So normally we have a reoccurring cycle where the market returns to its former glory because of whale money once the price of Bitcoin reaches an all-time low. Now whale money is tied up into derivative markets thanks to Bitcoin futures. So there is no rescue net. There is no savior when we reach these new all-time lows. Dumbasses or everyday people are not going to be the whales. They're not going to buy when the market is low because they don't have that mentality. They don't have that mindset within the investment cycle. So the only people with that mindset were the whales, and the whales are now caught up in Bitcoin futures. So at this point, there's no savior to come in and create a renaissance back into the market. So the article by CNN talks about how Bitcoin will no longer, or cryptocurrency as a whole, will no longer see the renaissance within previous cycles. And the only thing you can contribute that to, why would CNN say that? The only thing you can contribute that to is the fact that now whale money is caught up in a derivative Vegas. So they're preoccupied in this speculation Vegas, and they're not going to come back into rescue the Bitcoin market when it reaches whatever the new bottom is. So if the everyday people aren't smart enough and don't have the comprehension to buy at that new low, and the whales are caught up in Bitcoin futures, then where is the market going? According to CNN article, which I will post in the comments, the market is done. I mean, that's what the CNN article says, is that, you know, this is the nail in the coffin. So I'm angry not at people, but I'm angry at the manipulation, and I'm angry at the victimization that dumbass people can't be strong enough to understand the market, prevent this type of evil trickery. And I'm sad that a lot of people are going to feel the repercussions of this situation of control when it's not supposed to be that way. We entered an alternative market outside of the fractional reserve banking system so that we did not have to be victimized by the bankers who tell us when, where, how, and what. So now the bankers are fixing the market so that whale money is no longer participating factor in recovery. And guess what? The dumb people who are fucking sheep are just going to be continuously victimized by a law or by a situation where things begin to die off. Because if the reconnaissance or the recovery can't come from everyday people and whales are no longer participating, then where's the market going? So this is a sad day within our economy, and the timing is epic because of the fact that if you stalemate cryptocurrency, when it could have been the alternative rescue net to the dollar crash, now you have the cryptocurrency crash before the dollar crash, and then you have a stalemate within the cryptocurrency market where there is no recovery, and guess what? You have the faith and confidence to be bolstered back into paper when paper is on the verge of collapsing. You see this? It's amazing the level of musicianship and trickery that these banksters do to enslave everyone on this planet. So I'm angry that sheep allow themselves to be raped. I'm angry that the average person is too fucking stupid to understand the nature in which the game is being played. I'm sad to see the results of victimization that will play itself out when the markets crash and people don't have financial insurance or any type of plan B. I have a heart that hurts for the people who will be hurt.